Hi, we've got a 2007 Yukon Denali 6.2 liter here, and today we're going to be cleaning, testing, and possibly replacing fuel injectors. I want to start by saying I'm not a mechanic, but I do work on all of my own vehicles and have a pretty good success rate with my repairs. So with fuel injectors, they could be leaking because of a bad O-ring. They could be clogged up from debris inside of them, or they could have faulty internal mechanisms. We're going to test and clean and go through the process today with these fuel injectors. We're going to make sure that they are good to go to reinstall. And if they're not, we're gonna go down to O'Reilly's or AutoZone and grab a new one or two and do what we have to do. So you'll see today that we have one that was leaking. That's why I pulled this. We're gonna replace the O-rings on these, and we're gonna clean them out with a cleaner, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go check it out. All right, let's go over the tools that you'll need for this job. You'll need a ratchet with a 10mm socket. I also have an extension on this one. Just helps out a little bit to have an extension sometimes. You'll also need an 8mm socket. You can use, if you only have one ratchet, you're good with the one ratchet as long as you have the sockets, right? So I have a few ratchets. So I just used two different ones. You'll need some kind of pliers. These are needle nose with the bend. These came in really handy to take that off right now. I'm recording this after I've already taken off the fuel rails. The fuel injectors with the rails. You'll need a kit like this, and this is what we're going to use to clean our injectors and to test them. We're also going to test with a multimeter, so you'll need a multimeter. This is like a $20 one off of Amazon. This was also from Amazon. Most of this stuff was from Amazon. But you'll need a decent multimeter that reads in ohms, because we're going to ohm test the injectors to make sure that they're good. As you see, we're in ohm. We'll go through that in a minute. You will also need something to take the fuel line off. You can buy this tool right here separately. You'll see in the video, I tried using this to get the fuel line off, and I was just having a hard time. So I came back to my little kit, and I ended up using this one. So I'll put a link to this kit in the description below, and also the multimeter and this little test kit here too. This is optional here. I dropped this actually down. This is just a magnet. It's an extender pole with a magnet on it. I dropped this down below, and I use this magnet to pull it back up. All right, and a couple of other parts that you'll need that I forgot to record a minute ago, but I'm coming back to do it now. If you're going to use this to clean your injectors, you'll need also a 12-volt battery of some kind, or a 12-volt DC power supply. You'll need a big flathead screwdriver, decent size, to pop off the retaining clips from the fuel injectors. You'll need a pick tool to get the O-rings off of the fuel injectors. You'll need brake parts cleaner. You can clean your fuel injectors on the outside with brake parts cleaner, I would assume. That's what I used. I also use this to actually clean them with this tool. And so I sprayed this through that, but they do make fuel injector cleaner spray that you can use. Carb cleaner would probably also work, but I use this. One big thing, when you're doing this part of the job where you're using this setup, wear a face shield. Get a face shield, a full face shield, protective goggles also, because this will spray out of the side and hit you right in the face. Trust me, I know. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's get started. All right, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is step up here on my little step ladder and pop this off. Just kind of straight up and then back. All right. And I'll put this off to the side. All right, and as you can see here, we have a fuel rail here on this side. Then we have one there on the other side, and they're connected. They're connected there in the middle. All right, so what we'll do now is we want to depressurize those fuel rails, right? So we don't want any fuel in them when we pull them off, when we pull those injectors out. So we're gonna go to the fuse box right over there, and we're going to remove the fuel pump relay. So here we'll just, this one has clips, it looks like. So just reach under here, and then you can just pull it out, just kind of lift there, and you can pull it out. Inside here, let's take a look. So we're looking at the inside of this fuse box cover, and we're looking for fuel pump. Fuel pump is number 20. Number 20 is located right here. So if you look at the way this is laid out exactly like that is, in this orientation this way. So number 20 looks like it'll be, and then there's another, looks like a relay that says fuel pump. So it's this one, oh sorry. This one here looks like it's the fuel pump relay. That should be all we have to pull. We shouldn't, there's this 20 amp fuse here that also controls the fuel pump or whatever, but this relay should be enough. So look at the orientation that it's in before you pull it. Okay, so now that we've located the fuel pump relay, which is this one here, I'm gonna turn the motor on, and while the motor's on, I'm gonna pull this relay, and I'm gonna let the motor die. That way we depressurize those fuel rails and all, the lines, and that way we get the fuel out of the system. So let me go ahead and start the vehicle. All right, and I will just pull this out. And it pretty much instantly died. All right, and I just went ahead and tried to turn it on a couple more times, and that way we would for sure get all the fuel out of the lines. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna wanna do is unbolt this bolt here, because this wiring harness is kind of in the way to where I wanna get to the injector wires, so I can unplug the injector wires. So I'm gonna remove this bolt here. Should be a 10 millimeter. I might have to take this little plate off on the back too, but we'll find out here in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and take that nut off. I might have said bolt a second ago. I wasn't paying attention. Make sure you put this stuff where you're not gonna lose it, obviously. All right, so now, yeah, that's a lot better. I think that's enough room to work with too. I think I will disconnect this here, and to disconnect it, let me see. Let me get a better angle, and I'm just gonna disconnect this so I can move this a little bit more, but let's go here and zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, to take that off, it's obviously, you just lift up on this clip and then pull it out. So we'll lift and then just pull back. So that's all I did. All right, and let's not forget to put that back on at the end. Let's see, so let's see if we can see. Let me get the camera in a better angle. The left side over here, we'll do that last. Well, we should do it first because it definitely looks like the easier side. Let me see about rearranging this camera. You see these wires are wet. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah, that's from that leak. We have one in the back and it's leaking. So let me get this rearranged. Okay, so I'm starting on the passenger side at the front of the fuel rail. These are the connectors we want to disconnect, and I'm going to start at the front and I'm going to work my way back. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of this on video or if I'll just show you how to do the first one or two and then just take all the rest of them off myself. I see there's retaining clips on one of these at least, but not, it looks like 3 of them may be missing the retaining clips. So that'll be something that I'll try and show you, those retaining clips. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Okay, so we're zoomed in a little bit. This first one does not have a retaining clip. I see the third one back does. That's actually the only one I see right now. But you see there's basically 4 little nubs or whatever on this connector. I want to push down on the back end of the middle 2. So I'll push, I'll squeeze that, and then just pull out. All right. All right, so we are at the third one from the front going towards the back. And this one has a retaining clip on it. This gray clip here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure from the back. Let's see. So I'm gonna push this way. And that way this thing doesn't move a whole lot or free spin too much. So I'm gonna push it. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna use these needle nose and push forward here in the middle at the top and up. And that way I can slide it off. So here we go, gonna do that now. At least that's the plan. Let's try again. Pushing in, and it doesn't want to come out and go up. Let me see what these things will do from the inside. Well, as you saw, I just kind of grabbed it and just pulled up on it until it popped out. Probably not the best way to do it, but it came out. Maybe we'll look at that and see what's the best way to remove that next time. I'm just going to put it up there for now. I'm going to push forward on those 2 little. Actually, I'll try and do this with the pliers. It was already coming off, but so I will line those up, squeeze, and pull off. All right, and I removed the 4th one out of the camera's view, so I just went ahead and took it out of the video. Okay, now that we've removed the electrical connectors from the injectors, we're going to stay on this side for a second to remove these 2 8mm bolts that are on this fuel rail. So we'll just go ahead and take those off. Okay, let's see. All right, got it. Okay, now let's go to the other side. Okay, so now we're on the other side.
Like we did earlier, we have already disconnected this wiring harness. It looks like it's also connected here to the alternator. Let me see if you guys can see that. So I'm just going to squeeze the little clip at the top. It looks like, let's see. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh yeah, just squeeze the top and it comes right out. And that way you get a little bit more room. And then we've got, looks like injector connector number 1 here. Or I don't know if they're actually numbered. I just made that up. But this is going to be kind of hard to record, I'm sure. So just bear with me. And yeah, well, you'll see me try and get this stuff off. Here we go. Now I'm just going to do what I did last time. Just, oh, huh, that came right off. Wow. So maybe, let's see if I can show this. Maybe if you just go in, I don't know, it just came right off. So, with the clip. So interesting. We'll try the next one. Oh, don't mean to be hitting that camera. In. That one's not as easy. Wow. I wish I knew how to take these off properly, because I've got more to do. Okay. I may at least get more comfortable. Well, just pulled it off like I did the other one. I don't know. I don't know what's up with these connectors. I don't like them. They're tough. Let's get to the last two. Actually, I still need to pull that connector off, don't I? So I'll squeeze the middle, and right out it comes. Okay. Let's see. Well, that one came out pretty easily too. I'm basically just grabbing it exactly how you see it here, and then just pulling straight out. Okay, I'm happy about that. While I'm holding this, hold on, let's see if I can get that out. Squeeze those two little things in the middle. That came right out. The one on the end, way back there. I'm gonna turn it a little bit and grab from that same spot and just pull out. Okay, I guess that's the way I'm gonna do it until one of you guys tell me, guys or girls, tell me the right way to get it done. Then in the future, I'll do it the right way. Trying to squeeze that and pull it out. It's a little bit hard. Oh, drop the pliers. Okay, yeah, it came right out. Okay, see if I can get those pliers.
Magnet tool to save the day. Obviously it extends, so yeah, great thing to have. Okay, now let's go ahead and take out those two 8mm bolts, and then we'll disconnect the fuel line. So one of those bolts is right here, and it's not even bolted down all the way. Jeez.
So that being said, let's see, does this comes off, it looks like. Yeah, this slides up, this piece slides up, and then that way, hold on, oh well, don't do what I did. Look, I will go buy a new line for this, obviously, because I was trying to lift up on it to get it out of the way. But that's fine. That's my vehicle. Okay, so we will continue, and I'll continue to get this bolt out of the fuel rail. And there's that one left back there in the back, right here. Went ahead and went right between those two hoses. See if you guys can see that. Yeah. So. All right, so that's out. Next thing we'll want to do, let's see, we've got a vacuum line here. So we could have just unplugged this a while ago too. Let's see if you guys can see that on camera. Did you see where underneath here? I just went ahead, this was in here, and I just went ahead, let's see, I just went ahead and popped it out. And we'll just leave that there. Okay, so next thing we need to do is get back here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can fix the camera. All right, so let's zoom in. And that's where we're going to disconnect the fuel rail from the rest of the vehicle. Let me go get that tool. All right, so this is the tool I'll be using. I'm just going to wrap it around and push it in to pop off that quick disconnect. You'll see me do it right now. All right, so we open it up a little bit. Then we close it and push forward. Might take a little bit to work it in. Let's see if sideways is a little bit easier. Huh. Let's try the other side. No, the other side's too small. I'm gonna go under this. I push. Okay, I'm in. I should be able to, well, I was in. Huh. That's a little tough. All right, so let's try this again. Let me get in. Okay, so this is the tool I'm going to use this time. And it's got a little rubber band to kind of keep it closed. Okay, so I just pushed in. So you might want to put a little bit of a little napkin or paper towel below this, because I did get a little bit of gasoline drippage, not too much, but yeah, so that worked out pretty nicely. whoops. I think it's just probably just a little bit more precision, and I don't have to squeeze one end closed to make the other side close, you know. So I think it just made it a little bit easier. Okay, so let's zoom out. Now that we're here, this is nice and loose now. Let's just go ahead and pop it straight up. Okay, and I got that out. And then I'll do the other side the same. So here we go. I'm just gonna reach over and pull it up. All right, done. That thing's still dripping. Let me go grab a rag. All right, so I'm just gently lifting this out. Let's see. Okay, this thing is out. Okay. And it's dripping. Oh, it has dripped a little gasoline.
All right, so I've brought the fuel rail and the fuel injectors over here to the table. I carried it exactly horizontal with the ground, you know, exactly how it sits in the vehicle, just like this. I didn't tilt it sideways too much, because I did tilt it sideways a little bit, and a little bit of gasoline came out from here. So what I want to do actually is capture some of that gasoline, because I want to use it to lubricate some of the O-rings when I put it back in. All of the O-rings, basically, actually. So what I'll do here is just see if I can capture. Yep, so it's filling up. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on. Let me get a better view of that. So I'll just fill this up with gasoline. And that way I can use that as a lubricant. I will dispose of the rest of the gasoline right now. I'll be right back. And all I'm gonna do to dispose of it is just turn it upside down into a bucket. So that's all I've got here. Okay, so we have the fuel injectors out with the fuel rail. And what we want to do now is we want to check the internal resistance of these fuel injectors. We're gonna put the two leads to where it clips in with the electrical connector, and we want it to read somewhere between 11 and 18 ohm. So if it's between 11 and 18 ohms, then we know that it's good to go. If it's out of that spec, you probably should just go ahead and replace that injector. From what I read online, you do want to replace with OEM, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's see if we can see this here. Just those two, all of them have those two little metal connectors in them. We're just going to put our multimeter in resistance mode. Make sure that it says ohms, and then we're going to test. Hopefully y'all can see that. Yeah, so then we're going to test each one of those. Just one probe on each side, and we're going to see what it reads. So that one is 12.3, so that one's good. $12.2, so that's good. $12.3, also good. $12.2, so that's good. Let's go ahead and spin this around. $12.2, so that's good. 12.8, that's good. 12.3, good. And 12.4, good. All right, so we're done with the multimeter. We're done doing that test. So now what we're gonna wanna do, I just remembered something that we're gonna need in the tool list and I didn't add it. But we're gonna need a flathead screwdriver more than likely, because we're gonna have to pop off these retaining clips here. So let me go get a flathead, because we're about to pull the injectors off. Okay, let's see what we've got. So I'm just going to sneak in here. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, let's do it like that. So I'm just going to go in here and just kind of twist and pull, and that just, luckily it didn't fly all the way across the room, but this is a good time to remind you guys, wear your safety glasses when working on stuff like this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 off. I'm going to do another one. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me, you guys saw how I did that first one. This time I'm going to go to this one just to get it. I'm going to get this one and I'm going to pull it out. All I'm doing is prying it out. And luckily that one shot towards the wall. That one too. And we'll get this last one. And actually I'm going to cover it with my hand so it doesn't just fly. That's not a good thing. So what we'll do next, I'm just going to do this one side. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. I'm going to test them. I'm going to clean them. I'm going to clean them. We're just going to pop that out. Straight out. Still has a tiny bit of fuel in it. And you know, the plan is to replace this seal and this seal. So we'll do that, and then like I said, we'll also clean them with that cleaner. Oh, hold on. Still has a little more gas in it than I'd like. Let me get a rag. Hopefully you got the bulk of it. So let me turn this sideways so we can get a good view of this. And I'm just going to kind of wiggle it, kind of spin it, and twist to get it out. Be careful to break these. These are pretty pricey. Jeez. Almost. I see it coming. Thought I saw it coming. Let's see if I can get it on camera. So I'm just gonna walk it out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So that one came out. That one had a different color. Look at that. This one's black, the O-ring, and then this one's blue. The replacements that I have, I think, are blue. And they are OEM, the ones I bought as a replacement. So let's go ahead and get the next one out. And I'm just gonna do that same thing. It's got a little bit of play. So, just gonna wiggle. You know what? That first one that came out so easily, I bet you that was the leaking one. I'd have to, let's see. No, it shouldn't have been. This one should be the one that was leaking. But yeah, let's just go ahead. I see it coming. Okay. And when you replace or pull out your injectors like this, you should always replace the rings. the O-rings. So here's the one that was leaky. That one did come out pretty easily. So, yeah. All right, so we've got these 4. We're going to replace the seals, the gaskets, the O-rings, and then we're going to clean them. If you can see here, they've got 2 or 3 little holes that they spray. That spray. This one has 2, it looks like. So yeah, they spray the gasoline, and we'll be cleaning those out. All right, so we've got our pulse signal injector tester here. I was just looking at this. I've never used it before, so this is going to be my first time. These 2 wires are going to connect to these 2 terminals inside. So I went back to the vehicle right now to check, and the side with this part, this clip that's sticking out, this plastic on the left, that's going to be your negative side. So you'll just stick that on your negative. Let me open this a little bit. And then you'll stick the other one on your positive. Now, these clips here, they're actually not great. I guess they're meant to be pretty universal, and they don't fit on here great. So we'll see how they do. That's all I can say about that at the moment. Inside of your kit, and I still have the old O-rings on. We'll replace those here shortly. But inside of your kit, there'll be 2 of these. This one's for this one. This is the correct size. So what we'll do, we just insert that like that, and at the bottom there's a hole. And if I didn't say already, you need brake parts cleaner. Or actually, they make a injector cleaner that you're supposed to use, I guess. But I use brake parts cleaner for a lot of stuff, and I'm going to use it for this. So just stick that on the end like that there. Whoa! So that was pretty pressurized. Make sure you don't have that pointed at your face whenever you're setting this up. I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in there. Okay, so let me put it back again. I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm going to like push this against my chest or my stomach when I turn this on, and I'm going to just spray until it's clean, and hopefully that works. So for right now, I've got a 12-volt battery here, a car battery, really crappy one, but it should have enough juice, and I'm going to connect this. Oh, looks like these came out, so we'll fix that in a second. Anyways, I'm going to connect the red to the positive side. I got to open these up. And the black to the negative. And it looks like we do have power there. I'm going to turn this up, and maybe it's supposed to be up like that. See how that? And then I can hold it pretty decently and have the wires there at the top. So we'll spray out like that. Let's try that. So what did I say? The black would be on that side, and the red would be on that side. So okay, so that's there. I have it. See this? I have it there, but I'm not holding it too terribly. I'm gonna go ahead and pressurize it, I guess. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. All right, I pushed down on it, and it came out of the bottom a little bit. Okay, so watch your eyes and everything like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to go for short. I'm going to go mode 1. I really don't know anything about this thing too much, but I think it does short little quick bursts. So we'll go pulse. Oh, maybe I have to hold it down. Oh. Okay. All right, so we have this set up. Make sure you definitely wear safety goggles because using an aerosol can and doing this, I mean, you have a chance to get this stuff in your eyes, and you definitely don't want that. So I have it kind of set up here. It's kind of, oh look, it squirted. Look at that. Do I have to hold it down? Uh-oh, that popped out. Okay, so, uh-oh, again. Jeez. Okay. Okay, so those wires weren't connected like they should have been. There we go. Oh, don't want that. Okay. Hey, you don't want it to run continuously. So that kind of worked out. I think it was giving me a good spray there at the end. We're gonna try that again. Oh man. They could have definitely designed this better. All right, I'm gonna turn this on. Then I'm gonna go set for mode 4. Then, there we go. Oh, oof. Stop it. Oof. So I think that one's clean. It's kind of hard to see the spray. All right, let's press the button. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Huh. I don't know. Didn't look like a good... Uh-oh. All right, I'm getting everything soaked here. So I have it on mode set number 3, and then I hit pulse, and then I'm connecting that like that. Put on these gloves. These gloves are bothering my hands a little bit. I think I need to go wash my hands. Okay, I'm back with no gloves on. Some of that carb cleaner got under the glove and it was burning a little bit. It's still slightly, but it'll be all right. All right, so I think we're good on this one. That O-ring's looking like crap, which is fine because these are the old ones. That's the reason why I didn't want to use the new ones yet, because I'm still going to be inserting this in and out, and yeah, so I didn't want to mess that up. So we'll go here. I know I said the black one goes on this side, which it does, but it really shouldn't matter. I'm still going to hook it up the same way, but if you hook it up the wrong way, it probably shouldn't matter. Let me move this so I can spray onto the cloth. And we will set this up. And I will hit pulse. Okay. And I'm going to line this up again, hit pulse again. Okay, well the wires weren't connected because it didn't get anything until the end. And I might even go continuous mode for a second. So I will take this off. I will go to continuous mode. I should spray this in a cup. I got a little cup here. Capture all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna press pulse and then I'm gonna spray into the cup. Oh, yeah, I don't want to keep pulsing. I don't want to keep pulsing while it's off. So that's probably good there. And I'll clean the outside of these. So there, we'll just get all that gunk off of them. So that's 2 clean. We'll go ahead and do the other ones. And that already evaporated. Crazy. Okay, so this goes in here. I'm not sure how well these are cleaning. This is working, but you know, I should see a difference in the spray pattern, but it's not like I'm seeing a whole lot of a difference, so that's okay. All right, we're gonna go back into that cup again. So I'm gonna line this up. Then I will hit pulse. It's spraying. Hold on. Stop pulsing. Okay. So I got that one to spray a decent amount. We'll clean all this stuff up in a little bit. Wow, that was on there really good. All right, then again, I will install this here. Pulse is not on yet. You don't want to pulse these dry. You can mess up the internal mechanisms. All right, so there's that one. I'm gonna do the same thing. And oops, should have kept my finger on that. So we'll go negative and positive. And pulse. Hold on. Started a little early. Pulse. There we go. And that's just spraying right there into the cup. Okay. Off. All right, I'll call those good. Good enough. Okay. I'll put the part number in the description below for the O-rings. These are genuine parts, GM. GMGenuineParts.com, but I did get these off of Amazon. So we'll go ahead and just take a look at this one, see what we need to do. So just from looking at these, we can see that that'll go to that end. This one will go to this end. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, we've got another one here. I'm just going to, I just kind of pushed in, and then I'll give it a little pull, and I'll just take that right off. And that just flew across the table there. And we'll do the same thing for this one. And it's already a little bit loose. So we'll just get under it and right off. So there that goes. All right, so we'll do the same thing as far as cleaning it goes. We'll give it a good little wipe. What I'm doing also is I'm wiping, you know, where the O-ring sits in there. So, by the way, this spins, and I guess that's fine. The other one was spinning too. So, it's just something to be aware of. I'm sure you can replace this. Now there's like a filter in here too that you can replace. I guess I chose not to do that. But maybe I'll throw a link in there in the description, and in case you want to replace them. It's a little filter screen. So, I grabbed the wrong one. So this goes here. Again, you just kind of start it on one side and then just kind of push it on there. And then same thing here. These actually you can kind of just do it like that. And then just right down on there. So I'll do the rest of these, and then I'll do the other, and then I'm going to put these back on actually. And then we'll do the other side, and we'll start getting this thing reassembled. So actually while I'm here, and I've got this wet rag, I'll just go ahead and clean this here. Just cleaning that buildup. Was this this was the wet rag I had. We'll just clean that buildup. And since we're here, I'm just going to grab this one and take care of that. So I'm not trying to make them look brand new. I don't think there's a purpose for that. But just getting it clean enough. But I do want to clean under that O-ring because those kind of look like they needed it. So again, I'll use this tool, this pick tool, and what I'm going to do is just kind of run along that and push. I'm kind of going backwards, and then once I get under it, I bring it forward. Then I just take that off, and I'll do the same thing here. And that's enough there. And then while I have the pick in my hand, might as well do the other one. Again, just kind of move backwards. We're kind of under it. See that build up there? All that junky looking stuff. That's the part we need to make sure we clean. Okay. So, and I might even just spray this directly with brake parts cleaner. And actually, I mean, that just got rid of all of that. So, let me put these rags here. Then we'll do the same to this one. See how much cleaner that is? Just from spraying it. All right, and then I'll just use this rag to give it an additional wipe. And don't forget to wear gloves. I mean, I handle brake part cleaner somewhat often. It doesn't bother me too much. It did when it was on my skin here underneath the glove, but yeah, you definitely want to take care of yourself, and I recommend any PPE that you can get. I'm actually going to recommend you guys wear a face shield when you use that contraption, because a couple of times that stuff sprayed out at me, so that wasn't cool. So All right, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall these. But like I said, I saved a little bit of that gasoline from earlier just to lube it up, and I'm just gonna go like that. I just barely dipped any of it in there. And then, oh, shoot. Okay. Huh, a little tough to put in. But that's why I wanted to use a little bit of that lubrication. So a little bit of gasoline. It was from this line. And I don't want to dip the connector in there. I'm just getting the O-ring just far enough. And then so, let's see. Let me move this because I'm probably going to have to use a lot of pressure. Okay, not terrible. I'm in a better position than I was a second ago. So, let's go ahead and do that again. Takes a little bit of force, it's not too terrible. And again, I'm just going to, just a little bit, just enough to cover that O-ring. And there. We'll call that good. And we'll get those retaining clips and put them back on. So remember the retaining clips we took off? They go installed like this. You know, you've got the open part at the bottom. I don't know how to explain that, but if you look at it, they're going to go back on like this. And how do I know that? Because I'm looking at the other side right now, which is why I wanted to do, part of the reason why I wanted to do one side at a time. So, and let's see if you guys can see this. Oops. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Nice. There we go. So we'll just put this on here like this, and then just kind of just push it down. You'll see that it lines up like it's supposed to. Look at the other side that you haven't taken off yet. See, that wasn't on there all the way, but it is now. But look at the other side, and it'll definitely give you an idea if you've got it on there right. And we'll do one more on camera. And then the rest of this I will probably just speed through, and then we'll get back to installing this. Okay, so that's on there now. And since I accidentally didn't get that one on camera, let's do the last one on this side. Again, we'll just put it here and push it into place. Make sure that it on the sides, hold on, this is in the way. Make sure that the sides look like that on each side. Same thing over here. And yeah, let me go ahead and knock out the other side. All right, so the new O-rings have been installed, and the fuel injectors are now back on the rail. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy back into the Yukon. Okay, so now it's time for the reinstallation of the fuel rail and fuel injectors. Let me get into position. Obviously, we don't need this rag in here anymore. We'll get rid of that. This is where we disconnected that fuel line, and that's on the driver's side there, so we will obviously install that on the driver's side. Another thing to note, make sure your injectors are facing the correct way so that you can plug them in. They do turn, so you can turn them, but if you face them how they're supposed to go before you put it in, you should be good to go. All right, let's see here. Let's see how difficult this is. It's hard to get in here. Okay, oh, one of these clips. Okay, so we're pretty much lined up. I'm gonna take these glasses off, it's hard to see. So you just push down to get them in. That side felt like it popped in. Actually, look what I did here. So let's see if I can just get this cable above. Yeah. See, I didn't want to actually pull them out now that they're in, because I don't want to wear those O-rings. So we got that side in. And let me see how I can get in here for this next part. Okay. I should move this camera. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so there's a wire that I kind of want to be on the outside. Okay, so I got it. I'm sure it didn't necessarily have to be, but yeah, I wanted it on the outside. So we're all lined up. I'm just going to push down. I saw that back one go in. And they're all in. Okay, yeah, they're all in. All right, while we're here, let's connect the fuel line back, if you guys can see that. Don't know if you can. Let's see here. I'll look at this line here. That's another line to make sure it's not underneath there. Anyways, so yeah, just let's see if we can see that on the camera. I guess you can kind of see it enough, right? That line that we popped off. Actually, what we should do first is screw these in
That way it doesn't move. So we'll get these bolts and that 8mm again. We'll bolt this stuff down. So I just want a snug fit. I don't want to over tighten it. So I just snugged it up. And we'll get the one in the back. I'll just start it by hand. All right, let's tighten it up. And that should be good enough. So now, see, this is still disconnected. We'll just go ahead and push it on, and it just snapped. And that should be good enough. It does have a little bit of wiggle, but that's normal. Since we're here with the wiring harness already, let's just go ahead and let's see what we've got on the screen. Yeah, since we're here, we'll just go ahead and plug this back up. And let's see, remember we broke that. Let's see, where did this one? Oh, this is, I was fixing to say. Okay, so, and then we will plug this into the alternator. Some kind of little signal wire, I'm sure. Not sure why that's hard to access. Harder. It seems like something's pulling on this wire. There's not enough slack. Maybe because it goes on top. Maybe it goes underneath. I don't know, but it's on there now. Let's go ahead and connect the injector wires. So I'll just start in the back. Actually, let me just start in the back there. That clipped in. That clipped in, you can hear it and feel it. It looks like we only have 4 clips, so I'm gonna do the 4 in the front on each side. I think that's what I'll do. Could probably get this started. Just put it on there. So you'll hear it snap when you clip it in. And once you hear that, you know you're good to go. Let's see, I'm gonna put that there. I have to figure out how to take that off in a minute. And then the last one, this one has a clip on it already, good. So it's one in the front. I was going the wrong direction. These can only go on one way, so you don't have to worry about messing anything up as far as connecting them goes. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to take that off here in a little bit. So then we'll do the same thing to the other side. And I'll replace this and then we'll turn it on.
All right, and for this side, we're basically going to do the same thing.
I'm going to start that bolt. And actually I'm having to pull back on the rail just a little bit just to make that hole line up. No big deal. And it goes pretty much all the way in just by finger tightening. So something to be aware of if you want to know. And then again, we'll just finish it off with the ratchet. And you don't want to go too tight because you don't want to strip anything, break anything. It's definitely happened to me in the past. Well, heck, I broke something earlier in this repair, so. Okay. That should be good. Feels nice and tight. We'll go get these connectors and connect them back. The back one, I'm not going to put a clip. But the other three, we have 3 left. So I will put a clip on those. All right. Like all these wires were kind of already here. So I guess they were fine before. I guess they'll be fine now. What else? This has got to come off. This I need to figure out. So, okay, hold on. Nice. Easy enough. All right, I'll run to AutoZone or O'Reilly's real quick and get this part.
All right, so I actually went to AutoZone and O'Reilly's to get this hose part, and neither one had it in stock, but I was able to find this on Amazon, and I was able to order it, and I put it on later in this video a little bit later. I didn't do it the same day, but yeah, I do get that replaced, and for now we just put electrical tape, that way we can turn it on.
All right, so let's get back to this. Let's see, it's probably something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and snap that on. And then, unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see this very well, but I'm gonna snap that in. And I'm just gonna let it sit there, just where it's at. Instead of putting that bracket, putting it back in that bracket for now. Actually, if I take this off again, let's see. I can't figure it out. I'll have to figure it out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll put that back in its bracket tomorrow. Let's see, we're missing a nut. This is the nut that goes there, 10 millimeter. Hand tight with that is actually fine. That feels good. So I believe we're completely reassembled. Let me grab these glasses. Let's see. We need to put the fuel pump relay back in. Let me do a little bit of cleanup because I have a couple of tools up here, and then we'll go to the fuel pump relay. So all we're going to do here is just plug the relay for the fuel pump back in, and that's it. We're just going to push it on. We can go ahead and reinstall this already too. kind of just go straight on. I guess I'll have the camera looking at the motor. Okay, so I'll have the camera looking at the motor and then I'll turn it on. I'm gonna turn the key forward a couple of times. That way we can try and get fuel into the lines. Then I'll go ahead and turn it on. One more time, I'm going to verify that nothing's in here that shouldn't be. Everything looks all right. And I'm mic'd up, so you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. Just gonna put the key in, move it forward. And again, I will back and then forward. Off. And then on. All I'm doing is turning the system on. I'm not turning on the truck yet. Do it again. So key forward, key off, and key forward, key off, and then key forward. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try and turn it on. All right, turned on the first go. Awesome. Let's go take a look at the motor. Sounds like she's needing a little bit of help. I'm gonna rev the motor a little bit. All right. Let's see, we see anything leaking? I don't see any kind of active leak. Let's go to the other side. So everything looks all right. I don't see anything crazy. I'd like to take this thing for a test drive and see how it does. I don't see any kind of active leak, so I'm happy about that. I checked the other side too. Everything looks okay from what I can see. Tomorrow we'll replace that hose. I'll probably do that off camera, but know that it will be done. And yeah. So that was it. Let me turn it off. Okay. Okay, then last but not least, remember to put your cover back on. Just push it onto the back like that, and then just give it a slap on down. I'm gonna leave it off for tonight. I'll take it off in a second. I'm gonna leave it off for tonight since I have to replace that hose tomorrow. All right, we've got the brand new hose in, and it's been a couple days. We're just gonna go ahead and install that. All right, the old patched up one is off and the new one is on. All right, so that was it. If this video helped you, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. There's gonna be a lot more videos to come on a wide range of things. And I hope you join me and become a part of this. Thank you for watching. You all take care. Have a good evening. Thanks.